Zakia on Life and Style.
And yes, we are paying a tribute this morning to what a wonderful human being. And you know, when you look at our WhatsApps, and unfortunately, I am not going to be able to read all of them because there's just so many predicted. You know, we knew this will happen, but so soon? No, man, come on. It's like another shocker, a shocker after shocker. And Mrs. T. Chetty came into our lives 38 years ago. You know, she's created history. She's made friends throughout South Africa. In fact, people knew her so well that they even knew the way her message went on air. So even on stage shows, you'll hear people imitating Mrs. Chetty. On radio, we used to do that. It was all in fun, and she used to just smile and be happy about it and know that there was nothing sinister about the way it was done. And she just kind of, you know, went with the flow, with the smile of hers, this humbleness of hers, this gentle talk. And I had many occasions to actually speak to her one-on-one. And I'm sure that so did many of you, and so did our other family members here at Lotus FM. But what I know about Mrs. Chetty is that she was absolutely so loyal to Lotus FM. And for that, Mrs. Chetty, we salute you. We actually would have so many memories of this beautiful soul that's not with us anymore. And Puven Chetty, like I say, I got his permission to do this. Absolutely a very small tribute when you think of what she's contributed to Lotus FM. But in our own little way, today we pay tribute to Mrs. T. Chetty. And you know, sadly enough, while we remember the names that Mrs. T. Chetty used on her messages, there's one name that won't be there anymore, even if we get to hear those messages, and that's the name of Bhavani, because Mrs. T. Chetty bid us farewell last night. And Bhavani, her daughter-in-law, who is the wife of Indras and mum to Kameshin and Kashil, passed on this morning. Rest in peace. We say strength to the Chetty family. And you know what? It's not only the immediate family. I say strength to all of us right now who came in contact in one way or the other with this beautiful, beautiful soul called Mrs. T. Chetty. Remember, over the years doing my show, I can just hear her voice, in my ear, even when she went live with the program, or whether she had just spoken to me and said, this is my favorite song. It was just her whole, character. You could see it inside out. This very beautiful, beautiful, giving, humble soul. Talking to her was such a pleasure. So much so that if she didn't call me for a while, and this wasn't even for a song, and yes, of course, we know the truth was that everybody used to ask me, but tell me, I'm absolutely sure that Mrs. Chetty has got a direct line to you. How come she gets through so often, and we try and we try and we try? Well, today I will reveal the secret. I will tell you this in confidence, okay? So that you don't say this to anybody else. When you asked me if Mrs. Chetty had a direct line to us because she gets through so often, the honest truth is she didn't. She really didn't. And when I used to tell her, Mrs. Chetty, but this is what people used to actually complain, about the fact that she could get through. And she said, Zakia, I have a phone in my kitchen. I have a phone in my bedrooms. I have a phone in my... So she had a phone wherever she was. And that's how she says, I would never... And I remember this conversation so clearly with her. And if anybody who's listening in now, who knew her, would know this to be the truth. Because she says, wherever I go, I have a phone next to me, and I do not ever stop trying to get through to the program. So that, of course, is the truth. The great secret that I'm telling you today that she never, and none of our listeners do, and neither did she. What she had was perseverance to say, I will get through and I will get my song played, and that's what I'm going to do. And that's what she did as well. So Mrs. Chetty, we know that you tried and tried and tried until you got through. And there you go, paying our tributes a very small way, in our very small way on Life and Style, to this great personality who actually contributed so much to Life and Style and to Lotus FM as well throughout the 38 years of her life. And she was absolutely loyal. And yes, this is a time when I have to say goodbye on the show, and I cannot end the show without saying these words as well, that everybody knows it's become her signature. And unfortunately, in this, there won't be two names that we are so familiar with. So she always rounded off with, this message comes from, I don't know the tune of the way it goes. And I just got to say, on a lighter note, I think she actually planned it this way, that she would go so close to Lotus FM's birthday, so we would remember her forever. But little did she know that whether she did or not, we would remember her forever and ever. So here we go. And this message comes from Mr. and Mrs. T. Chetty, Shamila, Indris, and Puven, Bhavani, Kameshin, Kashil, and Sanita, and not forgetting little Kirtavya from Mount Edgecombe as well. Like I say, two names not there anymore, Mrs. T. Chetty and Bhavani. We say, rest in peace in the arms of God Almighty. And yes, keep well to the family and of Mr. and Mrs. T. Chetty, and to Mrs. T. Chetty as well, to Mr. Chetty and the family. This is our prayer, that you overcome all this, and may you see better days, and may the strength of God Almighty be in your souls forever. Thank you.
Lotus FM.